So now I want to show you how to run the account transactions report. So just to explain, the account transaction is basically the report which shows all of your ledger accounts, and it can show you the detailed transactions that make up that account. So again, I went to accounting and then I clicked on my favorite, which was account transactions, or you could actually just type account transactions and you would find it. So again, I'm going to minimize. So this one has a little bit more fields that you're required to populate. So the first one is the accounts. So Xero needs you to tell it which account do you want this report for. Do you want it for a specific account itself, or do you want it for all accounts? So if I click on the drop down, you can see that there's my different ledger accounts, right? So if I just wanted to look at, for example, grant income, I can click on grant income. And then it wants to know what date range. So again, I am going to go this financial year, but you can put in whatever date that you want. Then under columns, it's got now what columns do I want to be included in this report. Now it only defaults to these ones that are ticked. I usually, out of preference, I want to know the account code. I want the account type. And I also want to know the related account. Now, what does that mean? Related account means which was the other side of this accounting entry. So if we understand from an accounting point of view, for every debit, there's a credit. So if I received grant income, the related account would tell me which bank account it came into, right? So it's a nice thing to include because it gives you the full picture of the transaction. I don't need to do anything under grouping or summary. And then under accounts to include, you can see that it's defaulted to only with transactions. So we usually leave it as that. So we don't need to do anything there. If I wanted to filter on a specific project, I can. For now, I'm not going to. And then if I click on more, I actually don't need to do anything there. So if I click on update, you'll see it's brought on my screen the account transactions for the grant income account. It's showing me that I collected 50,000 on the 1st of January from National Lottery, and my related account was my check account, and my account code it went to was account 100, and that was my account type revenue, right? If I want to now export this, again, I would click on export and then choose the type of export that I want. Now, if you want to run this for the entire chart of accounts, you can. So if we go back to the accounts block and we click on the arrow and we click on select all, and then we have to click on update. So you always have to click on update. You'll see now it's basically run this for the entire ledger. And then you can see it's basically 55 pages. Again, I can then export this. Now, this is nice for when you have an audit being done and you need to give the auditors the general ledger. You can actually run this and say export to Excel and you can give it to them. And that is running an account transaction report.